Charlie, tell me, how is it going right now?
I think I'm in one of the best places in my life. Hyper-disciplined is actually detrimental because people who I used to be like that, hyper-disciplined. It makes you very anal. I mean, that's the wrong word to use, but it makes you very uptight.
Yeah.
You can't enjoy yourself.
First of all, how did you get into dancing? Was it like something that you'd like to get on stage and just perform, or that there was some specific reason? What do you think of the current tradition of putting out content on social media? Like obviously Instagram Reels. It's not only Bharatanatyam, all kinds of dance, everyone is putting on. What is your take on that?
When it's lacking the traditional foundation of so and so millions of views, but are you doing justice to that art form? It's an art form, takes time.
Yeah.
First learn the traditional repertoire. You need to know the grammar first.
Do you feel dancers can be great actors? Hi guys, welcome to Journey with Taral Shah, a podcast that dwells into fascinating careers of people, and today we have one such fascinating person, Taral Shah, a Bharatanatyam dancer and a teacher in Bangalore currently. Welcome Charlie. I call him Taral Shah Charlie out of love and respect. He's been my first and the only official dance teacher some 10-12 years back, and one of the most terrible students you would ever have because my footwork sucked badly, and
It's
I know
been more than that, no? 2009.
2009, yeah,
It's been more than that.
yeah, 14 years.
Wow, time flies.
14 years, and I still remember the classes that I had to take just to learn the footsteps that we had in our choreography, and my mudras were completely. Now it's fine. I think this is fine.
But we did.
That is fine. I think it's getting better.
It's getting better.
No, you know what happened? No, there's a reason why it got better because it got reinforced. I used to sit in class and only do mudras rather than like paying attention.
It always were like that, right? In class, we were so passionate about it that we would keep practicing it the whole day.
Yeah, exactly. So I remember you used to tell. So you know what? There was to be a time where the class would get boring, or if it was some language
And we
class.
keep playing with the hand under the table.
Like even the legs also. Like I would
Absolutely.
keep doing footwork, and that's how I got through somehow. And I remember I had done 2 auditions. The first audition I got rejected because the speed was too much, and I was not ready. So I joined the next year, and fortunately I got through that audition because I worked very hard. I don't know on what, but I worked very hard on some form of like. I remember some of the dance teammates telling that these are your lackings. You need to work on this. So
Lines, geometry, more strength.
yeah, that I'm good at in math, but not in dance in general. So Charlie, tell me, how is it going right now?
I think I'm in one of the best places in my life.
Okay.
I made a conscious decision of not pursuing quantity over quality.
Fair enough.
It can be tough. Like I think, see, I'm almost 40 and I'm very proud of the fact that I've been very fit and very focused. But that's also helped me spiritually, right? So even though I made a compromise, say, on finances. Now, if you compare yourself with somebody who has 300 students, 400 students,
Correct.
they're making a lot more money.
Yeah.
I would call it vulgar sums of money. I'm very politically incorrect. Like vulgar sums of money. I want time for myself. Like I'm on a spiritual zone. I get up in the morning. If you follow me at 3:34,
Yeah.
I say my suktams. I ask God to forgive me for all my sins and forgive everybody around me for their sins. And I'm very focused. I want my 45 minutes in gym. I want to do my karate. I want to think. I want to eat healthy.
Yeah.
I want my space. I want my house to be clean. So I think if you're gonna have 400 students, or it's not for me. I mean, I'm just sorry for pulling a joke, but it's not meant for me. Different strokes for different folks, right? So everyone says you cook so well. Why don't you open a restaurant? Why don't you have 400 students? They would invest in my business. I'm not interested.
Fair enough.
I want to get up. I want to sleep well. And the secret, I'm going to be 40 in 6 months, and I think my skin and my hair, I think it's because of good sleeping, eating well, and not being stressed out. I mean, in the last few years, I've seen a lot of things happening.
Fair enough.
A lot of youngsters, we just spoke about a lot of youngsters dying of heart attacks. So the quality of life is more important than the quantity. I would think so, right? So I'm in a very good space and place where I think I know exactly what I'm doing. And I'm very sure about it. Like what I'm teaching.
So there's more clarity than everything else.
Than ever before.
Yeah.
I know what I'm teaching. I believe in what I teach. I believe in my purpose. And I know in 15 years, like I want to retire after my job is done, but I want to go away into beautiful space near a forest to live an agrarian lifestyle. So I think currently, and I teach a lot of soloists, which is rare. So I start teaching at 7 o'clock in the morning.
That's actually rare. Very rare.
7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1.
A lot of solos.
A break. Again 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 6 to 7, and goes on. So it's a lot less money, but there's a lot of quality.
Yeah, obviously. They are looking at to perfect it in their.
So if you're teaching 40 students in 2 hours, I am teaching 8 students over 8 or 9 hours. So literally I'm dancing the whole day.
Yeah.
So don't ask me how I got good at my dance.
Fair enough.
And I'm dancing more than that. I get up in the morning, go for a run, I do my stretching, I do my core, I do my strength training, I do my martial arts.
That's a lot of things.
So literally my whole body is dance, my whole being is dance, everything is dance. And also I'm very grateful. So I think when you have these qualities of saying, I'm very, very grateful for where I am. There's health, there is focus, there is sufficient amounts to be focused. Then you'll make this amazing teacher.
Yeah.
Because if you are calm spiritually, like if you are in a good space, like today I was feeling a little ill, I wanted to scream at a student. Something was holding me
What did
back.
you do then?
I was like, no, don't scream.
Okay.
You know, the child is learning.
Yeah.
Even though it's a really stupid mistake, the child is not thinking. Okay? Don't scream at the child. Don't intimidate the child. She will learn. So a lot of processes are going on simultaneously. Don't scream, it will affect the child. Give her time, maybe she'll learn. Didn't you learn? You know, in just that
brief amount of time.
I would say 1 minute.
Yeah.
These are the thoughts that went through my mind. Don't scream at her. She will learn. She's not thinking. Maybe she's tired.
Or maybe she got it wrong.
Right.
That's how you learn. Yeah.
So like I said, I'm in an amazing space, and when you feel amazing, then you'll be an amazing human being.
Yeah.
Amazing human being, amazing teacher.
Everything else.
Everything.
I remember I used to have someone who's like, I'm awesome and sexy. I had a friend who would always say, I was like, how are you? I'm awesome and sexy. And I was like, that itself gives you a lot of good positive
Because
vibes also.
he believes it, he or she believes it. And that vibe is very important. Where you start, I believe this thing that, you have to manifest it. Like today where I am is exactly where I manifested myself 20 years ago. In 20 years I said, sometimes I say this to myself, but ultimately existential crisis. You know, because I believe that I can be one of India's most powerful men, influential men in the future. But at what price? So I'm not ready to pay that price.
Okay.
The price of saying I want to make a difference in the world. I'll do it slowly, but more than that, I have this great love for nature. So I've been living in farmhouses on the borders of forests, and it's magical. You know, it's
Dalai Lama also took that route, so it's possible. No, I'm just saying that most of the spiritual leaders also, they try to disconnect at some point.
Yeah, because I find, I was cracking a joke, I think adults are very poisonous, very toxic. Children and animals are very innocent. So I'm like a child.
I agree.
I'm like a child somewhere. Yeah. So I'm happy.
You still have that energy.
Yeah,
that energy was there even 14 years back when I started like dancing.
It's childlike energy.
Yeah, it was still there.
And I think it suits me best when playing with chickens in the farm and running around, feeding the cows, taking a trek on the hills, spending time with myself, looking at wildlife. So the whole day goes in
that's good.
a very good space.
And I think you missed out one thing that I would like to say over here is that the lifestyle that you have and the kind of the commitment you have in terms of teaching, you require a lot of discipline.
It does.
You require a lot of discipline, and there's a lot I've learned about discipline from you. Because I like dancing. I wanted to dance for college team, but I didn't know that I had to put in so much amount of hours of effort also. And you cannot be the best if you are not disciplined.
But I also found a very interesting twist in this. So, what I noticed was being hyper disciplined is actually detrimental because people who I used to be like that, hyper disciplined. It makes you very anal. I mean, that's the wrong word to use, but it makes you very uptight.
Yeah.
You can't enjoy yourself.
Yeah, there is a lot of restrictions that comes in with it.
Correct. So you have to realize you're a human being or even a machine. It'll work, right, to a certain extent. But if you keep going at it, you're going to, you're going to break the machine someday.
Okay.
So I feel that discipline is good. But agar ek din you're not feeling well, you say today it's not happening.
You take rest.
Take rest.
Yeah.
I'm a human being, and I'm a little soft on myself. And what has happened is today when I dance, my dancing is beautiful. Because I am not punishing myself to be the best in the country. I am focusing. I say, आज का discipline यही है. This is my discipline for today. I will do my best at it and leave it.
So does that mean you also neglect bit on technical aspects?
I try not to, but I think again this entire philosophy of I'm a human being.
Yeah.
I will make mistakes physically and emotionally.
Fair enough.
Right? But it's okay. Let's work. And the minute I put that in my approach, life has become beautiful. My dancing has become beautiful. It's become a celebration. Before it was like, no, technique, line, look straight, look up, look down, eyes all in the same place. It makes you very, very agitated. Don't eat this. Your stomach will come out. You need to look flat. Your jawline needs to show. एक जीने की जो एक उमंग है ना, that goes away. And I think things like music and dance are a reflection of you. You must be happy.
Yeah.
And today, what I see, we were talking about acting also. Everybody is so worried about being perfect. Yeah. And the minute I said, "Chalo, I'm not perfect," I live with so much of joy. It's amazing,
Fair enough.
A celebration.
No, why I brought this question in terms of the mistakes or discipline and technicality.
No, discipline is important.
Discipline is important. No, also the question of technicality is because I remember some 5 years back, I was watching this particular manager of a football club. I support Arsenal. I also listen to Mikel Arteta a lot. And somewhere football, dancing is it's like in a match, you can't have a match where you will not make a mistake.
Correct.
It's how you react to the mistake.
Absolutely.
And it's the same thing with dance. I have realized that we can never do a perfect performance. Though we practice for it, there is always going to be something, maybe some line here and there, or you might miss out a beat.
No, there are people who dance perfectly.
Okay.
100 and 100. But in that process, they don't realize that they have become just a caricature.
Your feel doesn't come anymore.
You just become such a plastic creature that you have forgot. Because to be like that, you have practiced for 5-6 hours a day.
Correct.
You have tortured your body. You think you're enjoying it. Then you're suffering. You're not eating what you want to eat. And Indian food is so beautiful.
Most tastiest.
Most tastiest Indian food. So you look at like I just said, my paneer tikka or I like rasgullas. I will eat and not be bothered. But that's what I'm saying. That whatever you do should have a joy.
Correct.
Especially with dance and music, because they were meant to take you to different states of being. Right?
Yeah.
If you're playing pathos, it's okay, but you can't keep watching drama movies and crying all day long.
Yeah. You need different
comedy,
flavors.
you want drama, you want something scary. But this obsession with the body, as a dancer, obsession with the body, it's obsession with perfection, it's obsession with getting to the top. At what price? I am not willing to pay that price for my happiness. And it affects everything. It affects your hair, it affects your skin, it affects your relationships, it affects the way you perceive yourself.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's true.
A very powerful space to be in, and I'm in a very weirdly amazing space where I feel like I found a secret nobody else has.
No, and so that's very personal to you also, what you have found also. I'm glad that you have found it, because I've seen over the years the way you used to teach and the progression I see. I follow you getting up every day 3:30. I'm be sleeping at 3:30 and I'm like, this guy's already awake.
People you sleep.
I sleep at 3:30. So but again, that's because I function well in night.
Correct.
So I do my most. I sometimes do my PhD work late in the night.
Some people have that creative streak at that time.
Also, football matches are in night, so that's another reason. So that's a primary reason. Others are just for society. PhDs. But I've seen that there is a certain level that you have become very particular, and I like that because these are the things that I've learned from you also. I don't know how much I inculcated in my routine, that is a different thing. But how did you get into dancing? was it like something that you like to get on stage and just perform, or that there was some specific reason?
I think from a young age itself, like how, the typical Indian families are beta, nacho,
That's
beta.
all, exactly same thing.
Everyone noticed that I had a rhythm, a very weird sort of rhythm that I was very accustomed to the music. But then, looking back 20 years, Bangalore was a different place, right? So there were a stream of these musicals, like The Lion King in Broadway, or Phantom of the Opera, of Cats. They brought it here, that culture. That 25 years ago, 2009, 1999, 98. Sorry. So they tried to bring that culture here. Then the movie Dil Chahta released, and I was dancer in it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Which song?
No, the movie was made into a musical in Bangalore.
No,
I'm not the Shahid Kapoor behind Aishwarya Rai.
No, but that's also
So I was a backup dancer, and through that I discovered contemporary dance, and then I discovered that most of the contemporary dancers had a classical base. So I got into it like that, saying that chalo, this girl who was throwing a weight about her senior class. She's a Kathak dancer. I learned Bharatanatyam, and I got into Bharatanatyam only as a it was a sort of like a strategy plot. She's doing Kathak, I do
Bharatanatyam. Yeah. Just to find it out.
It just happened, and people said this boy has something with Bharatanatyam. Like the pose, the Nataraja pose, I took it.
So your body forms is the best.
Correct.
Yeah.
Also, people don't realize I grew up in a Tamil community. Kannada is my second language. I read and read Kannada.
People are going to get shocked by this information.
But Tamil, my Tamil is very, very fluid. Kannada is very fluid. So Tamil and Kannada and Telugu is the base for Bharatanatyam.
Okay.
Right. So in my head, Bharatanatyam was never alien to me. And luckily now, initially it was, oh God, for a politically incorrect I am. Chinese chinky boy, or in Tamil they were Vellakara Paiye, white man's boy. In Chennai they would call me Vellakara Paiye, Andita. Vellakara Adra. In Bangalore it would be, the country was say Chinese would dance Bharatanatyam.
So, but I'll just stop you here, interrupt you rather, because I heard that when I came to Bangalore, I heard that there's this guy, you should get into his team in Christ.
Correct.
Like, Taral, what happens? There's a team called Aryavata and this is choreographed by this. I was like, what are you saying?
You can be politically incorrect and say the word.
No, I was like, what the hell is happening? First of all, I had a big culture shock when I came to Bangalore.
Absolutely.
Okay, because I was brought up in Kerala.
Correct, I know.
And I got a huge culture shock. And I was like, oh, this is allowed. Like, why? Because I had so many classmates of mine who were like trained Mohiniyattam dancers. And
correct, the girls. The Kalathilakams.
Yeah, Kalathilakam.
Correct.
So many awards they won.
Correct.
We
then
do Bollywood.
An upstart.
No.
Correct.
People like me do Bollywood. Koi Kahe, Next Bali, things like that. And then when I came to Christ, I was like, I want to dance. But which team to get? And I said, dance, I like to win. I was like, which team wins? Well, let's get into that team.
Correct.
Hard work kar lenge. And then they said, Aryavata and then
this Charlie name and
Charlie
this person.
I was like, till then there was no picture of your face in the whole thing. And then when it came, I was like,
my God.
I was impressed actually.
Correct.
And I was like,
a lot of people are.
Impressed. And secondly, it's that see, I'm a migrant technically. I am a Gujarati in Kerala.
And you're like me.
Yeah, so I technically had to make a space for myself.
Correct.
With my friends and everything. So I know it's difficult. So if this guy is done, I know he's good.
No, but I always thought you were Malayali.
No. I know Malayali.
Yeah, but you're always speaking Malayalam with them and.
Because I didn't have any Gujarati friends.
Correct. So and we forget that. Then I said Shah. Then I said, isn't that a Gujarati name? Yeah. I made these connections. But with me, like I said, today it's all paid off because my body is very intelligent. There is the genetic factor. There is the hard work. But I've also done multiple art forms. Like I pursued karate very seriously.
That's a martial art.
Finally, the dream, and this is the pure form, the Shitoryu style. So I have already got 2 silvers at my age. At 39, I have 2 silvers nationals. Looking for gold next month. Another nationals coming up. My black belt exams are due. I also want to teach karate in the long run. So when you do so many art forms, the body becomes intelligent.
Also kathas are basically to control your body and shape you.
Bharatanatyam is mostly two-dimensional because the audience is there and you want to dance like this, right? Very rarely. Today's Bharatanatyam is a different issue. Okay. It's I don't know how many dimensional, but traditionally it's still taught like that.
Yeah. Even I remember that you would move sideways. You would not turn and move.
But karate is multi-dimensional because you expect your opponent to come everywhere.
Yeah.
So you turn like this, you turn back, suddenly you turn to your left, and so that's made me very intelligent.
It's 360 degree.
Absolutely. So then the nutrition, idea about nutrition, the strength training, the core has really helped my dancing today. Like my legs are extremely strong. Like you look at me as a dancer, and compare me to other dancers, there is musculature, there is the protein going in, there's the carbohydrate, there are the vitamins.
So your body does reflect all of that.
It does, and not just physically.
We'll also put one bare-chested photo of yours also, just to give a clear indication.
But another thing I'm coming to point is that I don't believe in a six-pack. Because I've seen people with six-packs with a lot of injuries. Like somebody else had really bad, like I was talking about odor, mouth odor, body odor. So that means there's something fundamentally wrong with what's going on. And we underestimate the power of food. I think Socrates said, food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. So I follow that today. Something has made me feel hot the previous night. It was with Baigan Bharta. Like I had a lot of Baigan Bharta. And then I did my research and it's poisonous in Ayurveda. Baigan is poisonous in Ayurveda.
Okay.
So it comes from family of nightshade. And nightshade is poisonous.
Is it? Okay.
It's like datura. So my body is sensitive. So after like lot of like rotis with Baigan Bharta, I was burning up and it was within my skin. So in India, we don't, even though our culture is so rich of Ayurveda food, we don't realize that.
Yeah, true.
We eat whatever. Outing food is not, completely off topic, but as an artist, when I'm also an athlete, I'm an athlete of the gods because we also do Abhinaya. It's not just the body.
Yeah.
We're doing Abhinaya, we're playing Krishna, we're playing Radha, we're playing Shiva and Parvati. We underestimate the power of what food does to us, mentally, physically. In India, in a lot of traditional cultures, Chinese, Mexican, Indian, food is entertainment. Food is love. Food is not entertainment. Food is not love. Food is nutrition.
Yeah. No, that is to put it very blatantly. That food is nutrition. Obviously, there's always a different perspective that we eat food because it gives you energy. Some people say we eat food because we want to live to eat. No, we eat to live.
Correct. We eat to live.
Yeah, so that's a different perspective and various things. But this is what I've seen you over the last 5-6 years in terms of very committed, disciplined, food-wise, this thing. That was not the case when we were learning from you.
No, I was.
No, you were, but I remember still we used to pound on cakes and...
I still do.
Still do.
I still do. Like, if I want to eat a pack of chips, I will eat it completely. But it's not, there's never a pack of chips in my house.
Okay.
There's never anything stocked. Kharpe, there's nothing stocked.
Acha.
Right? So, when it's...
Also, it's very controlled also, in case you eat it also.
No, when I want to eat, I eat it. But because I've eaten so well and slept so well, there's a craving once in 5-6 months.
Fair enough.
I've had a pack of chips after 4 months. And it's got fat, salt, and sugar are a deadly combination because it's playing tricks on your mind. So you eat one chip, you can't. The brand of chips, I will not name it. I don't want to get into those areas.
Yeah.
It's a perfect combination of spice, salt, fat, and sugar. So it triggers the brain into eating more.
Yeah.
So you can't just eat one.
Yeah, I understand that.
Chocolate or chips.
Even ice creams also.
Yes, because sugar's got that effect of cocaine. They were doing research.
Very addictive
They were doing
also.
research on a rat. So they fed this rat this North American standard diet. They threw a rat which was eating healthy and a rat that was eating this American diet. The rat couldn't find its way out of the puzzle, the one that had junk food, because it altered its mind. So if you're going to ask me at 40, Mr. Ma, how do you look like this? Why is your hair like this? Why is your skin like this? Where does the energy come from? Right? And Indra got known to be this crazy thing running in the morning like a rocket, in a tight Nike skins. It is the
food is important.
Yeah, the food and the mindset. Right? So as a dancer, this is a powerful space to be. I don't care about an award anymore. Those days as youngsters you think, mujhe ye award chahiye, at this age I want this goal, what a dream. But today I know reality that you don't necessarily need to be happy when you are successful.
Fine. Yeah. I totally get you on that point.
I bought a KTM. It makes me happy, but it doesn't bring me the same joy that brought me for first month.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy an expensive car, what makes you happy? So I found these things like running in the morning, fresh air with my dog, It's amazing. Taking a long ride on my KTM into a village,
Mm.
that makes me happy. Right? So that's the point of happiness is I think health and also mental health.
Mm.
So it's very closely connected. I'm trying to bring that to this point of as a dancer.
Mm.
If you are not at peace with yourself, if you are not truly happy, if you are making compromise with life, your dance would be a compromise.
Yeah.
You can't pretend. Your dance is a your art is a reflection of you. If you look at Meena Kumari, very tragic, tragedy queen. Her life was tragic.
Mm.
So she would bring out all those tragic characters of like
On stage.
in Pakiza. She was always playing these. Even Madhubala,
Yeah.
they had very very disastrous personal lives, and very sad childhoods. Struggling monetarily, parents here and there.
Correct.
So it's a
Even
reflection.
Rekha had a very tough childhood also.
Yeah, but you don't see that much of pain.
Pain.
Yeah, the pain. But you see Meena Kumari, it's in her eyes, it's in her hands, it's in the air that surrounds her. Right? So people say, wow, what an actor, but she died tragically.
Yeah.
She died of liver cirrhosis probably, and she was drinking and a bad marriage and
All that were.
so what I'm trying to say is that and your art is even if you're a filmmaker or you're a poet, your art is a reflection of you.
Yeah.
So I said I will not allow myself to sink.
Yeah.
We all have pasts. They are fragmented. But how are you going to rise above it, right? So that's
I want to touch upon two things. What do you think of the current tradition of putting out content on social media? Like obviously Instagram Reels. It's not only Bharatanatyam, all kinds of dance form, everyone is putting out. What is your take on that one? Do you find it to be useful? I know most of these people want to make more money and the only way is to get a bit popular so that you can have workshops and things like that. What is your take on how the dance industry is moving in this area?
I'm a very forward, very, very progressive person.
Okay.
So a child will come to me at 7.
Hmm.
She's 20 today.
Hmm.
I treat her as an adult.
Okay.
So I told her, even if you call me by my first name, I'm Guruji to her. You call me Charlie, it's okay. Because my dance is not mine. You're an adult, you're 20. We talk about things like your boyfriends, your friends, sexual harassment around what's happening in your parents' head. So I'm very progressive. So I'm saying this younger generation, what they're doing. Okay, not young, even my contemporaries. Audience-friendly stuff, the costumes are audience-friendly, the settings, the music, the productions. Good. Creativity is a way forward. The only constant is change. Right? But
so this is a change from what it was before.
Good, but at what cost? So a younger dancer looks at a young 5-year-old looks at you and says, "Oh, this is Bharatanatyam." When it's lacking the traditional foundation,
Achha.
right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? You're making a lot of money. One video gets 60,000 views in 1 hour. It's touching, so and so millions of views. But are you doing justice to that art form? It's an art form. Takes time.
Yeah.
First, learn the traditional repertoire. You need to know the grammar first,
Okay.
which most are not trained in well, including my contemporaries. Right? But it works for everybody.
Because people are looking at entertainment point of view than the technical aspect of it.
But then also with that entertainment comes the money, comes the success, comes the fame, comes whatever. Right?
Yeah.
But then there are people like me. First, I believe the child learns the traditional repertoire, traditional Bharatanatyam repertoire. Then I tell the child, you can do what you want with that, but do it with responsibility, with certain aesthetics in mind and dignity. See, I can't stop you. A teacher can give you. A teacher doesn't teach you. A teacher can give you. I don't teach you dance. I've taught you how to do it. I can't teach you how to dance. I can teach you how to approach Abhinaya. This character looks right, this character looks left. A little girl's body is little, shy. Samaya Nayaka, who's a courtesan of Tavaif, she's very confident, she makes eyes with you, she's very seductive. I can tell you, this hand looks like that. I can't teach you how to dance. So I think we, as artists, I think human beings, we take ourselves very seriously. What I have achieved, this dance is mine, this dance is not yours. You will die one day.
Correct. And the dance will still...
I don't understand this artistic ego.
Okay.
My achievement, my production. People are falling like flies. This dance is like a mark of going to a Gopura temple. At a later age, you need to realize you take nothing with you.
Okay. Yeah.
So don't tell me my dance. It's not my dance. So I live with that. So I'm saying progression is good, but this ego that comes with it is problematic. Number two, I like change. I like creativity. I'm a very creative person.
Yeah.
But there has to be a line, there has to be a border within which you work. Framework.
And that currently looks very.
It's very faded.
Yeah.
It's faded. There's no line only.
The reason I asked you this question is also I analyze dance a lot. I used to watch it for entertainment, but now I analyze even movies also, especially when Hrithik is dancing. I say, why are you doing so much fake cuts? And I do that kind of analyze. So, I think my brother asked me, are you watching this reality show? I was like, no. It's like, why? It's like, kachra hai. When I say kachra, I'm not saying they're dancing badly. I think they've made it into a very bad commodity.
But it's selling.
It's not selling that much. Like, for example, what happened is that, let's say we take this reality show Dance Plus, which...
I did an ad for it once.
Yeah, I know, for season 4.
For season 4.
Your lift I saw.
Yeah,
I saw that. No, but what happened is when it came to season 6, which was completely on Hotstar, it didn't work.
Is it?
It didn't work at all.
It, yeah.
No, I'm talking in terms of the economic aspect. It didn't work. So what they did is they tried to put it every Sunday on Star Plus because it didn't work on Hotstar. That also didn't work. Now again they put it on Hotstar again. And some of the previous people also like it's overdone. Like the problem is now there are so many dance reality shows that I feel it's overdone.
It's all looking the same. Yeah.
And it's in the name of like contemporary. I don't see contemporary as contemporary. I might be wrong. You can hate me in the comment section. That's a different thing. But I feel contemporary is more of gymnastics.
No, please do. Gymnastics, please do. But
then you can call that dance.
Yeah, but if you take it, that's another. Today everything is so dikta. But I'm saying if you take a traditional art form like Bharatanatyam or Kathak, there's a framework that you must not distort.
So coming to that, there are a couple of dancers who have like mixed hip hop and classical. No, there are specific dancers that I know who does something called as classico hop or something and all. It looks good because it's an amalgamation of two styles. But the problem is that when they come towards a classical, and since I have not been trained as much, but with the little bit that you taught me, the mudras need to be strong.
Your lines,
but that fades away, and which it pisses me off.
And it will be undignified also, right?
Like when they, I know in certain hip hop dance or certain dances when they try to show pataka, tripataka, and all, it's very light. They don't. It's not strong enough.
See, my gurus, always said one thing. There are two things you keep in mind when you dance: the aesthetics of the art form, the dignity of the art form. Now, if you're going to compromise on one of them, then anybody with an aesthetic sense like me will cringe.
Exactly. Leave you, I cringe.
I cringe. Because you have an aesthetic sense, you know that.
No, because I was trained. See, it's also about. There is a way to show an art form.
Absolutely. You trained with me. So, over years, we've developed an aesthetic. There is a line. There is the human eye is sensitive to certain beauty. I mean, you have to really be beyond a certain point where you find like one tomato smashed on a white, canvas to be art. But generally, my mother also can throw a tomato and say, "Dekho, tomato, diwar pe hai, ye art hai. Sell it for $50 million."
Yeah.
But generally, Indians have a very fine aesthetic of art. Khajuraho, Hoysala, Tanjavur, Brihadishwara, Orissa, Konark. So there is that aesthetic. Now today's generation has none of that. It's about speed, jumping, making monkey faces while doing Bharatanatyam.
That's also
very loud, not trained well. Even well-trained dancers are playing to the audiences. I don't believe in that. And really, like I said, I'm here to do my best. It's subjective. To this tradition that I have inherited with responsibility, I always say, do with dignity. I may not be the best teacher, but I'm committed to it. I may not be the best dancer, but I'm committed to it honestly. And that honesty is important. Right? Very, very important. I don't think, I'm going to jump 10 feet in there, I'm going to hang from a rope and do a mudra downwards because it will sell. I'm going to have a six-pack. You have a six-pack, but you look so stiff because you can't move. So, what is the point of that?
Exactly.
And the art form is, Indian art forms are basically storytelling.
That's important.
I think what Kathak Kaheso, there was something about Kathak, like that I think. Katha Kaheso Kathakar or something like that. Like, Bharatanatyam has that storytelling. We will do once upon a time and then we'll go and tell you a story. That's the most interesting part. Abhinaya is the most interesting part of Bharatanatyam. But today nobody wants to watch Abhinaya. Everybody wants to have 20 dancers roll, jump, do one kick in the air. That's okay. But there needs to be a respect for a wonderful tradition that we have. That's all.
Yeah. No, I agree to that. Also, I'm pretty sure it must boil your blood because when I see it, I get very agitated, and because I've taken it seriously. When I used to dance, I used to take it seriously because I know the amount of effort I have put in because I was a terrible dancer.
I don't watch it anymore. I just look at it and say, pew, can I turn? I pass. I say, pew, can I just do that? I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah.
And with that, you'll see one huge write-up and how elevated this dancer thinks they are. Or the
Maybe a
comments.
backstory of
And the comments below it saying that this dancer deserves a Padma Shri or something like that. And the aesthetics all over. I just like, I sometimes I just do this turn. I don't want to watch.
Yeah. But there was at one point that you took part in one reality show where Farah Khan and Anu Malik were the judges.
But that also was done aesthetically.
Yeah,
I made sure
I saw
at
that.
no point the aesthetics of the art form were compromised.
But how was that experience of being in a dance reality show? It was not dance reality.
It was a reality
show with different talents.
See, a very interesting question again. You're asking me very pertinent questions. Even you're an artist, you're a certain way. You have a discipline. You have a spirituality. I cannot start my day without having a bath and cleaning the house at 3:30, 4 o'clock most days, and sitting to light lamps and say my prayers, invoking Ganapati and the Devi. Then we eat a certain way. I have to eat at a certain time. My lunch is done by 12:15. My breakfast, my pre-workout meal is done by around 5 o'clock, 4:45. So now you're going to go into this industry that is absolutely messy.
Yeah.
Like your shot, they say will come at 11 o'clock. Your shot will come at 7 p.m. because it's such a mess.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
even
true.
with the other net series that I did, I mean, it was a wonderful experience, but it's not for me. And then there is the casting couch. There are the looks. There are the touches. No, at least the person should be hot. Or the person should be very influential. I'm kidding. But I feel like it's just not me, It's not me. I can't do that.
Correct.
I can't do that. I can't sell my body for something. You get tempted to. I mean, this big name is like putting his hand on you, and people want you, and people, it's an ego trip.
True.
Even the casting couch, or somebody wants you in their bed. It's an ego trip.
Yeah.
Or somebody came and said, "Sir, aap dancer hai ki?" I remember this very well. An older man, my father's age. I was so moved. He was like, "Aap actor hai ki dancer hai, sir? Aapke take ek hi shot mein ho gaya." So it's an ego trip. Luckily, I had always my feelings. I said, "Nahi sir, मैं dancer हूँ. ये मेरा पहला show है." They're like, "Wow." But so I feel like that world. I mean, there is exactly what it's not untrue. So I shouldn't be letting the cat out of the bag. There is the drugs. There are the egos. There are it's an unreal world. I remember producers walking past us like we were dirt. I've never treated anybody in my life like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
just because your role was not as very significant.
Yeah, but in my head, my role was I'm an artist. I was there, and I don't need you. You need me.
Yeah, but you were the teacher of the.
No, but I didn't need to be there.
Yeah, technically.
But I'm saying, just the way people are in the industry, right? It's very difficult. It doesn't align with me, my spirituality. I'm a very simple human being. Like I said, my ultimate dream is to go away, really far from the city, into the outskirts of a forest where I can get up to hills, I can get up to wild animals around, I can get up to my cows. When my duty is done as a human being, because I've been blessed with an amazing art form, a certain sensibility, a very spontaneous flow of art. It's not fair to keep it behind. And a lot of children, I'm good with kids. I love teaching kids. I love what I do. I live my life with a lot of joy. Now that is important.
Yeah.
So you can't pack your bag. It's like somebody who's married and has got responsibility. He realizes he had some mukti and he says, "मैं आपको छोड़ के चला जाऊँगा मैं. बच्चा party you take care of. Wife you take. I'm going to sit and meditate in the forest." Your duty is not done. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Who asked you to get married?
Yeah. True. Very true.
Who asked you to get married? Who asked you to have children? So what you're doing to your children is unfair. Saying that you're going to take mukti and you're going to go sit as a hermit in a
It's
forest.
running away from responsibility.
Do not run away.
Yeah.
So I want to finish my responsibilities. It's very clear.
Yeah.
And then when I'm done, when all my students are responsible artists, they're on their own, they can teach, they have the values that I have, be a good human being. It's very tough being one.
It is.
Very, very tough, including for me. Sometimes I want to say something about somebody. When I look at it and I think, oh my God, this dancer's a joker. But I said, no, just hold back. This is his way of, maybe in his head.
Or you can teach also to correct those mistakes.
Yeah, I think, no, maybe this is his own head, in his head. But what I'm saying is, you have to have that much of gumption, common sense to say, this is funny. I will learn from a good guru. I will work hard and I will pass it on. Not take some half-baked thing, and I've struggled with it all my life.
Yeah, so in between you got this thing of an acting
Like multiple dances, correct.
acting project of. By the way, to all the viewers out there, you can find Charlie on Rocket Boys, season 1, episode 2, playing the teacher of the main lead.
If you're careful, you see a lot of ads. I've done Furlenco.
I've seen the ads,
A lot of ads.
But I feel Rocket Boys is something that you did really nice. I liked it personally very well. I was looking forward. I was like, because they release all the episodes, I was like, oh shit, I have to go through every episode. I hope it's not in the later stages.
Yeah.
Because I remember you putting out a story saying that catch me on Rocket Boys. And I was like, oh, I hope it's not in episode 8.
In fact, I think ready to act again, but I'm just not ready to compromise on the quality of life. So, and if I get a role again, and I'm not going to pursue it. Agar aa gaya to very intuitive. I feel one more role is coming. I can hear it. It's like universe is saying something. I know one more.
So you haven't got anything after Rocket Boys?
They came.
Okay, then what happened then?
Auditions happened, but I don't think it clicked because they had a certain character already in their head.
Okay.
And I'm very young looking.
You are?
Yeah, they wanted somebody who looks 30 plus. I look like a 25-year-old. Sometimes in Karnataka they think I'm 18. In Kannada they tell me, hey, chikkuduga, 18 vayassu huduga, chikkuduga, small boy. Automan stops me and says, Raja. I'm like, you're calling a 40-year-old Raja. Don't call me Raja in my head. He thought I'm some 18-year-old. Somebody's like, Raja, college bidla. I'm like, don't say that to me again, please. In my head, I'm like, killa illa.
No, but do you feel dancers can be great actors?
Most are because of how we learn Abhinaya, right? So if you come from very evolved schools of Abhinaya that I come from, Kalanidhi Mami, very, very evolved. And I've taken it to the next level also. Like, obviously a very intense human being as a person, very emotional, very emotive. I have added a lot to it what my teachers have not added. And that is the journey. Yeah. The teacher teaches you and then you add on to it.
Obviously.
So you see some of the greatest actors are all dancers. Vaijayantimala, Hema Malini, Madhuri Dixit, Aishwarya Rai, Jayaprada, a lot of them are.
Rani Mukherjee is also one of them.
But I feel if you look at in your mind, classical dancers, Vaijayantimala, Hema Malini,
Madhuri Dixit also.
Madhuri Dixit also, great actors. Because we learn Abhinaya. And we do Ekahari Abhinaya, where one character plays, like there's a piece I teach in Kannada, Ninya Koranga, where I play 5 characters. I play Shakuni, I play Yudhishthira, I play
Draupadi.
Yeah,
Two contrasting characters.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Then I play Draupadi, I play Dushasana, I play Krishna. In just 4 minutes.
What?
Yeah, so we just change direction. So Shakuni is down and he's making cunning eyes, right? He's looking and then he says, Yushta comes up, supposedly upright man.
Yeah, upright man, yeah. But they're very contrasting people.
Very, very contrasting people.
Yeah.
Then you will get Dushasana where he's disturbing Draupadi and he's enjoying it and then he realizes something is going on. I don't know what's going on.
So there's a confusion there also.
Because first he's enjoying it because this is the revenge.
Okay.
He's taking revenge and he's enjoying it.
Okay.
Suddenly he realizes it's not coming and then he's getting tired. Then there's Draupadi who says, what's going on? I'm so ashamed of myself. And Krishna appears after the show's over. He comes and he gives a...
So you're basically telling
one person.
He's
doing this in just span of 3-4 minutes.
Wow.
So how well are you trained to understand body language, kinesics, proxemics,
emotions also.
Emotions, eyes, body structure, tilt of the head.
Yeah.
Body language.
Wow.
When Shakuni says go, he says there's such a victory after he's rolled the dice. And Yudhishthira's lost.
Also, this body language where you move the hand and...
because Shakuni till then he's still cowering and using his body to symbolize somebody who's... But that's in truth. I've seen people who are hiding secrets like their shoulders are hidden. And they don't make eye contact. I know a lot of people like that. They have a secret, they're hiding it. Okay. And they're always in, they don't talk.
These are very fine margins of understanding how people think also.
People of secrets don't look at me. I know a lot of people who cannot make eye contact with me.
No, I don't have any secrets.
Yeah. I will do it directly, I have no secrets to anybody. So these characters, so when you're playing, it's like rote learning. You do it day after day and you become good at it. But what happens is, like I said, some people do it but I can't feel them. You know, they don't have the ability to go into this character and become this character, which is very important to be an actor. To go under the skin of this character. You know.
I understand. So, I hope you get some more roles because there's
a lot of scope for me. I'm very versatile. Like
no, also your characteristic itself is very versatile.
That's true.
So you should be getting technically.
I think you should get a serial killer, like a wonderful serial killer.
No, do you know this dancer Raghav Juel? He's playing serial killer in his latest movie. Apparently, did
I saw a little bit of him, but like I said, it's not coming through. You know, when I know an actor is not like when an actor, when you sit on the edge of your chair, like Tabu in Andhadhun, that is acting.
Yeah.
Or Smita Patel, you know.
Yeah.
Shabana Azmi, when she sees in Masoom.
Yes.
When she sees Jugal Hansraj for the first time, there's so much of disappointment, there's so much of anger, there's so much of sentiment. You know, it's all in one face. It's just one face. She's so confused. She's angry at herself, at Nasruddin Shah. Is she angry at the child? Does she want to cry? That kind of acting is acting, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
Where all the colors are.
One last question and then we'll wrap it up over here. So there's this one dancer that I know, I think you also know, right? I'll tell you the name after the show.
Very controversial.
Not controversial, not at all controversial. She did this one particular piece where she told that she did this thing in a conference where she's like, if Draupadi had fought for herself back in the day, don't you think women would be more stronger currently? In a Bharatanatyam piece she did that. So do you like to explore these kind of things while dancing?
It's always if what.
Yeah, it's like what if situations.
But nobody realizes that before you're questioning all this, there's a reason the Ramayana and the Mahabharata were written.
Okay.
They are actually metaphors for how you should approach Rananiti, how you should approach Samsara.
Okay.
They are actually written so they make you think.
Okay.
Now Rama, when he sends Sita away, even after the Agni Pariksha, you think it was not killing him to see his wife go to Agni Pariksha? Definitely. So what is more important here? Was it his dharma or as a king was? So you have to think.
Fair enough.
Now Ravana, very interestingly, he has 10 heads. If you look at it, 4 here and 5 here, it's lopsided.
Yeah.
Ravana was supposed to be the ideal king, the scholar. There should be 11, 5 here, 1 in the middle. Correct. What does that 1 symbolize? Imbalance.
Yeah.
So instead of you going and say, what if Karna fought back, what if Draupadi fought back?
Okay.
Think about why it was written. I mean, it's not wrong to ask questions like that. It's good to ask questions.
Okay.
I'm all for it.
Okay.
Please do. Draupadi jumped and cut off Duryodhana's head. You know?
Yeah.
Please do it. But first, there's already the matter, like a battlefield.
Okay.
Right? So first you go onto the battlefield and see, instead of creating another battlefield.
Understand.
Right. So I think progression is important, but at what cost? And even today, Chennai is growing, Bangalore is growing, Chennai floods. They have completely Pandikarai and all that. They're actually marshland areas, destroyed flats.
Yeah.
Cars were floating, and every day there were cars being poured away. Whose fault is it? At what cost? So I'm asking you a very pertinent question, and you're asking me. I'm asking all of you. If you're an artist or if you're thinking individual, progression at what cost?
Correct. Yeah.
You're destroying wetlands, you're destroying forest at what cost? You are destroying dance at what cost? But again, destruction, creation and sustenance is Brahma, Shiva and Vishnu. So for something new to emerge, there has to be a destruction.
Correct.
Now, I leave a body of work. My students destroy a part of it and then recreate it. So that is the eternal cycle. But at what cost? So I would say as a dancer, as a human being, there are only 2 things in life. That's the only thing that matters to a human being. To live with dignity and to live with aesthetics. Right? Even if you eat dal and chawal, eat that decently. Don't eat it like a pig. Right? So you dance decently, right? So very important things. And I'm, as a dancer, as an artist, I'm the pursuit of beauty. So I'm trying. So if you're going to distort beauty, I can't say anything against it because it's subjective.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do it, but do it with responsibility.
Yeah, with this we come to the end of this particular episode. Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Taral. Very interesting conversation.
Very interesting. We know each other for so many years. We never had this kind of conversations off camera.
We've become intelligent. We've grown up.
Somewhere camera makes us very intelligent and smart and whatever. But I've learned so much. Previously, I learned so much today also about dance and food and everything. Thank you so much. And if you like this video, if you like this video, please. Sorry. If you like this video, please click on like and subscribe to the channel Journey with Taral Shah. More interesting stories, more interesting personalities are on the way in a flight. Slowly. The joke didn't work anyway. That's why more interesting personalities on the way. So stay tuned and click like, subscribe, and share this video to so many people. And thank you, Charlie, for speaking about
Pleasure,
Bharatanatyam.
absolute pleasure.
Thanks for introducing me to the world of Bharatanatyam also.
Always.
You've been my first and the only teacher. I don't think so I dance anymore because of...
Never is a lie.
No, because I know my body. That's it. So thank you so much. Bye, guys.